Lucas Media. So, Jamorant, aka Blicky Morant, was showing himself supposed to be brandishing a firearm or slang term as a blicky. Well, the NBA, the first time they gave him a warning, then he does it again. And the NBA came out with a $75,000 fine on him. Now, this is what Chris Russo had to say about Ja Morant. A lot of people have been talking about it for the past weekend. This is what he had to say via the Dan Patrick Show. Quote, I mean, Morant just doesn't get it. I mean, he's going to have to suspend him, talking about Adam Silver. I think Silver is at times very soft. In this particular situation, he gave him a warning, and then he basically did it the next day, crying out loud. Morant doesn't get it. He's always getting himself in hot waters. We know this is not the first time. It'll be interesting to see what Silver does. And I watched a nightcap about it, and Ocho Cinco, Kenyon Barton, who was an NBA veteran, talked about it, saying that there's basically, there's probably no OGs around there, and even Shannon Sharp had something to say regarding Ja Morant's father, which is T. Morant. T, how come you're not talking to your son about this type of things? And it's crazy because Ja's living in the city, Memphis, Tennessee, which is right now the most deletion capital of America. Young brothers is losing their lives left and right up there, pretty much like how Chicago was in the 2010s. And you're supposed to be somebody that want to put the violence down, let everybody just come to the game and try to bring unity. And yet you're out there acting like you're brandishing a blicky. Now, this is my thing, right? It's not a big deal. I mean, it's not like you're aiming at the fans or anything like that. And we get it. It's a lot of back and forth. But you have a history of when it comes to having firearms or supposed to be brandishing firearms. You were suspended 25 games and lost however many millions off of it. You said you had therapy and all of that. And then you just... Ja is a guy that, you come from a two-parent household. Listen, most people wish they could. You had a father in your life. I had an active father in my life. You understand, most active fathers aren't going to let you be out here in the streets. And maybe where Ja's from in South Carolina, maybe he felt like he wasn't cool because he was out there hooping and everything. But it's like, dude, you start making 20, 30, 40 million dollars a year, and now you want to act like it's about that life. Remember he told Shannon Sharp or whatever, oh, I'm going to let you live. Like, it's people, listen, you think these people on the block want to be on the block? No, they want to be like Ja Morant. You mean people wish they could make $45 million a year putting a basketball through a hoop? But yet, this young brother, man, it's a lot of yes men around him. People are afraid to really say something. And, T as his father, T ain't that old. I mean, clearly. But T, man, OG, you gotta say something to Ja Morant about this, because what's going to happen is he's going to eventually get put out the NBA. And I agree with Kenyon Martin as well. Had this been David Stern would have messed around suspending him for a half a year, or he would have tried to take it to the max. Hell, they fined Kobe Bryant $100,000 for saying what he said about a referee. Told Gilbert Arenas, if you don't take this suspension, I'm coming after your contract. And that's the difference between Adam Silver and David Stern and even Roger Goodell. You see Goodell, when he came in, they was calling him Dictator Goodell and Sheriff Goodell. The first thing he did was suspend Pac-Man Jones for a year. And was it Josh Gordon never can make an NFL for smoking weed. And but when it comes to the NBA, it's like Adam Silver, he's too player friendly. And you got guys, they don't want to do back-to-backs anymore. They're crying about that. But yet these are the same guys who you can't critique the game. The game is robotic. Everybody's pretty much running the same offense out there. Yet we can't say nothing. And then you got guys out there like Ja Morant, who the NBA wanted to be the face of their league, out there acting like he holding a blicky. But yeah, the NBA, they need to really start coming down on it, especially they star players. Look, Pete Rozelle, literally made Joe Namath retire from the NFL because Joe Namath opened up a sports bar. And Pete Rozelle said, you're not doing that. Either you're going to have that sports bar or you're going to set that sports bar and play in the NFL, and made Joe Namath retire. Like, but when it comes to jamorant and all these other people act like they're afraid to say something to him. Come on, Adam Silver, man. But I just want to get my quick thoughts about it. I mean, look, he really might need to be traded from Memphis, go to Charlotte, or go to I don't know, Sacramento. It might be time for him to do a fresh start, because I don't understand why would you do that. Some people say he crying for attention, but I don't get it. But let me know what y'all think.